Today on WSRH Extra, homecoming week here at the Ridge.
Also, the drama department put on their first play of the school year. WSRH Extra starts now.
Welcome to this special edition of WSRH Extra.
Last Friday, the Hawks' homecoming was in full swing. Nick, what did you think of homecoming?
It was such a great time. WSRH Extra reporter Miriela Pina-Nava recapped our universal homecoming.
Every year at Seminole Ridge, students and faculty prepare for one of the biggest events of the school year, homecoming. Homecoming means powder puff, pep rallies, school spirit, and the dance. At the end of the week, a king and queen are crowned. Each of the 12 nominees wanted to win for a different reason.
Well, my mom really wanted me to win, and I was like, I want to make you proud, so that's why.
I want to win with my sister because I think it would be a cool thing to look back to and say that we won it together.
I want to win because it'd be cool to have the crown.
Unfortunately, there can only be one king and queen. The winners were announced before the homecoming football game last Friday.
Congratulations.
The king and queen shared that they were excited to have won their crowns.
It was so surreal.
It was a little overwhelming. It was kind of heavy at first, but it was still a good feeling.
It was amazing.
After an exciting spirit week and a victorious football game, students were finally able to dance the night away at homecoming, bringing another successful homecoming week to a close. The homecoming court nominees told us that they were ready to spend that night with their friends.
I'm looking forward to dancing because I love to dance, love dancing.
I'm looking forward to seeing all the student government's hard work being put together and to just see everyone enjoy themselves after a long homecoming week.
To have fun with my friends and just to dance and eat some good food before.
This year's homecoming dance was themed Hawks Rock and was decorated by SGA. During homecoming, we were given great performances by many groups, including the Step Team and Powder Puff. The night ended with Jelani and Christine's last dance. Homecoming was a success, giving students an experience to remember for years to come.
Yeah, for sure. I'm going to remember this for a long time.
Absolutely. This will be something that I'll remember for years to come.
It's a lot of fun, and it's going to be a really good memory to look back on.
For WSRH Extra, I'm Miriela Pina.
There's been a powder puff rivalry between the juniors and the seniors, both wanting to win the first place title.
With more boys wanting to be in the spotlight, powder puff cheerleading took off. Extra reporter Daniel Joyner gives us the inside look.
This year in our annual powder puff game, the freshmen pulled a surprise upset against the juniors. While the seniors played the sophomores, they had a slow start with the cheerleaders stealing the show. But the seniors ended up pulling away in the fourth quarter with the score being 14-0. Meanwhile, the boys' powder puff teams took things to their own matters. The rivalry between the juniors and seniors took new heights. We talked to some of the coaches from both teams.
The turnout was good. We have more people this year, and we actually have 4 new cheerleaders on the team.
Do you think you'll be able to hold out the seniors for a second year straight?
Yeah, girl.
Why?
Because we're better than them.
We added more coaches. We have a lot more boys. We're definitely more prepared.
Junior Evan Garcia shares his thoughts and how he thinks the outcome is going to be.
I mean, I'll be a little nervous, but, we won last year, so I'm not really nervous.
Last year's sophomores were victorious and had a unique performance. This year, they're bringing something new to the table, but the seniors weren't ready to hand it over just yet. In the end, the juniors came out on top for back-to-back victories. Next year, they're looking to have a three-peat.
There's a new club here at Seminole Ridge that's been pretty controversial. It's called ProLife. WSRH Extra reporter Lori Jaimes gives us the details.
For all controversial topics, the debate between pro-life and pro-choice is a prominent issue, even among high school students.
This is definitely something I knew that was going to spark controversy. It's something that a lot of people are iffy about.
While many students have a strong opinion on the topic, like Students for Life Club President Miriam, others don't even know what it is.
Pro-choice because it's not a woman's fault if it's forced upon her.
Pro-life because I care about everybody.
I feel like the pro-life club shouldn't be at this school, honestly.
I'm pro-life because kids should have the right to live.
I like pro-life because it sounds better and I don't know what it means.
Can I tell you what it means?
Sure.
It's about the decision for a woman to have an abortion, like should it be allowed or not. Pro-choice being like maybe I don't support it, but it's their choice. Pro-life being it should never be acceptable. Does that change your opinion?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you think knowing what it means?
It's their choice.
Many people on campus were afraid to voice their opinion on this, but Miriam says, don't be.
The second reason is to make the campus a less judgmental place, to make sure everyone has common respect for each other, no matter what their views are, what circumstances they're under, no matter what happens in their personal lives.
Our principal, Mr. Campbell, agrees.
You shouldn't shy away from something just because you know it's going to be a controversy, because opinions matter, and especially in high school, you need to start voicing your opinions. We don't want it to cause a problem, but you do need to be able to get together, discuss what your views are.
At this point, the club still does not have set meeting dates, but stay tuned to the daily announcements for more information if you're interested. For WSRH Extra, I'm Lori Hymas.
It's every student's favorite time of the year, homecoming week. Students of all classes dress up to show their outstanding school spirit. But who went universal with their class theme? Extra reporter Rebecca Wise spots the school spirit.
Last year, Mr. Harvey, the band director, introduced steel drums to Seminole Ridge students. Ever since then, it has grown rapidly. WSRH Extra reporter Megan Northrup has the inside look.
Last year, a brand new club was formed here at Seminole Ridge. The club is open to students that are interested in learning a new form of old Caribbean music.
I joined steel drums because, for starters, like a lot of my friends did it last year, and also it's a really cool opportunity to work with the teacher of the program, who was actually taught by the man who invented the steel drum.
Jacob Perry explained what the steel drum really is.
Steel drums are made so that they produce tones when you hit them, as opposed to like you think of like a drum set that just makes like percussive sounds.
The creator of the club goes into more detail about who can join.
And with no music experience whatsoever, and we will teach you how to play your instrument and teach you how to be a part of the group.
Mr. Harvey tells us why he started the club.
I wanted to provide an opportunity for students that have never really learned an instrument before to be able to participate in making music, and I thought that starting a steel drum band with its different cultural approach to the music would be something kind of cool and catchy and different than what most of the students here are used to seeing from a band program.
If you're interested in joining, visit Mr. Harvey in room 2113. For WSRH Extra, I'm Megan Northrup.
The drama department put on a romantic comedy about 9 couples falling in love in the town of Almost, Maine. Extra reporter Kelly Matthews gives us a behind-the-scenes look on the play.
You're in Almost.
What?
It's not going to be on your map because it's not a town technically.
What do you mean?
See, to be a town, you got to get organized, and we never really got around to getting organized, so we're just Almost.
Yes.
When I went to States my sophomore year, we actually saw part of Almost Maine, and it was such an adorable show that I really just wanted to take a part of it.
It's, there's many different shades of love, and that's what this story brings. There's the discovery of new love, there's the losing of old love, there's finding love in uncharted territory, and so, and it's wonderful.
Almost Maine was the theater department's most recent production, featuring a variety of intersecting scenes that all lead to the overall topic.
Love, and with that we incorporated red. There's a lot of red in every scene. I wouldn't say a lot of red, there's little subtle pieces of red. Just like there's little pieces of love all over the place, you just have to look for it and find it.
The process of putting together a production can be long and difficult, but there are many steps to picking a show.
Finding a good show, finding something that can fit some of the people that are available to actually perform. Sometimes it's just my personal whim. I'm thinking it'd be a great show. Sometimes the community helps decide which direction we're going and so forth. There's the reading through hundreds of scripts. There's analyzing those scripts, finding out like what's the characters, what the characters are like. Then there's the audition process, finding the right actor to fit that role. And then there's the finding, once that happens, then it's the building of the sets, the putting the stuff together, creating the soundtracks, creating the mic cue sheets, the light cue sheets, everything. So it's a huge undertaking.
After selecting the play, many students auditioned, and Ryan Lee placed actors to characters they can relate to very well, like with senior Jessica Quiggle.
My character is so much like me. I talk really fast, if that's noticeable, and she's very kind of out there, but also at the same time kind of like compassionate and trying to be kind towards others.
Not only were the actors able to represent their characters perfectly by finding pieces of themselves in the script, they felt that the audience would be able to relate to.
We have a lot of different people in the show. It's very diverse.
I think a lot of people like the show because the characters are easy to follow. It's some of the metaphors, some of the references that they make might be over some younger people's heads, but a lot of them will get the idea of whether these people are having a fight or these people are actually falling in love and so forth. So it fits really well with like the teenage and then older. Some of the younger ones will actually get it too, but maybe not to the full extent that the older ones do.
We're very proud of the theater department's production of Almost Maine. For Wsrh Extra, I'm Kelly Matthews.
Our varsity football team had a really big game this past week.
WSRH Extra sports anchor Nick Seltzer has more on what's been happening lately in sports. Hey, Nick.
Welcome to another edition of WSRH Sports. These past few weeks have been busy times for our Seminole Ridge sports teams. Nick Ponce reports on a few of the highlight games that went on over the past few weeks.
October 8th was senior night for the Lady Hawks as they took on Olympic Heights. The Hawks started out strong and continued to play well throughout all 3 sets. After a nice serve from Alyssa Williams, the Lady Lions had an overpass and Sam Gott took advantage and spiked the ball for the kill. Madeline Harding also had a nice serve to add another point for the Hawks. The girls ended up winning all 3 sets with the scores being 25-8, 25-9, and 25-11. The boys varsity football team took on the Palm Beach Central Broncos last Friday for their homecoming game. Senior Tyrell Smith had several receptions during the game to help the Hawks. Late in the 4th quarter, Jeremiah Brown scrambled and scored a 70-yard rushing touchdown to take the win. The Hawks won the game 14-9. Reporting for WSRH Sports, I'm Nick Ponce.
Last Friday, Cali Jet Stadium was packed with loyal Seminole Ridge fans coming out to watch the annual homecoming game. This year, It was against Palm Beach Central, our biggest district rival. Wsrh Ladue reports on how this rivalry has affected games over the past few years.
Homecoming week shows true school spirit, but for our Hawks this year, it's more to them than that. This year, the fuel that fires our football team is the infamous rivalry between Palm Beach Central and us.
It's a pretty good rivalry. I don't think they like us very much, and I don't know if we like them that much.
Pretty much we don't like them.
I know that we hate them and they hate us.
Basically, we don't like them and they don't like us.
Everyone feels the same about the ongoing conflict.
Our goal is to win this game for our senior class and everyone at the game.
We put a lot of time into practice as individuals and as a team.
The rivalry has had a huge effect on us, especially one Hawk, Jonathan Etienne, who was a victim of the Broncos' hurtful words.
Before the game, we were all pretty hyped, so there was like stuff going on Twitter. People were like talking smack, me specifically. The next day, they had posted pictures of me and the person I was dating at the time, and they were like, "Oh, this boy was talking smack or whatever, but he's sweeter than pixie sticks or whatever, calling me gay." And then their whole school got into it, like trying to roast me, and then majority of Seminole Ridge that was like on Twitter at the time started like defending me and stuff like that.
Our Hawks came out with the win against the Broncos. Congratulations to the Ridge football team. For WSRH Extra Sports, I'm Wsrh Ladue.
Well, that's going to do it for another edition of WSRH Sports. Make sure to tune in next show as we report on more of the exciting sports going on at Seminole Ridge. I'm Nick Seltzer, throwing it back to Amber and Nick at the desk.
And don't forget to tune in next week for a very spooktacular Halloween edition of WSRH Extra. Also, if you have any story ideas that you'd like to see on the following shows, tweet us at SeminoleRidgeTV. I'm Amber Pellicone for WSRH Extra.
And I'm Nick Koenig. We now leave you with a special homecoming edit to the beat by Kevin, Rhiannon, and Sam.
I ain't got time for you, baby. Either you're mine or you're not. Make up your mind, sweet baby. Right here, right now is all we got. A little party never killed nobody, so we gon' dance until we drop. A little party never killed nobody. Right here, right now is all we got. Make up your, 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 make up your.